Hi YouTube, welcome to another edition of Horror Hands, and this is a video that I did not expect to make because having originally seen Halloween Ends and hating it, hating everything they did with it, recently I rewatched it and actually really quite liked it. It clicked with me for a couple of reasons which I'll go into, but before you click this video off, I know a lot of you didn't like this film. As I say, I went to the cinema to see it, was really disappointed, hated everything about it, and did come onto my channel, gave it a pretty scathing review. It was a uncharacteristically negative review for this channel because I do like to be positive and say nice things wherever possible. But I really did not like Halloween Ends. I felt kind of cheated out of a decent story, and yeah, couldn't understand the direction they went in, and really disliked it. So I get it, I do get it, but I rewatched it and feel a little bit differently now, and just thought I'd go into that a little bit. So I actually had no intention of watching Halloween Ends anytime in the near future, but this came about because I had a bit of a Halloween marathon with a couple of really good friends and YouTubers, Steve from 80s Film Fan and Tony from Horror in Todge. And neither of them have been on YouTube for a bit, but I'm sure they won't mind me saying they're doing great. They're still watching movies. I get asked about them on my channel quite a bit, but yeah, they're doing fine. They're awesome guys, and it was great to see them and watch these movies. And what we did was we watched the new Halloween timeline. So we watched the original Halloween, and then Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. And Steve from 80s Film Fan, he is a particularly big fan of Halloween Ends. He really liked it. He's seen it a few times and was really excited to watch it again. I was really upfront with him. I was like, mate, I hated it. I really don't want to watch it again, but for the spirit of our Halloween marathon, I will of course watch it with you, but I do not like the film, and I don't think I'll like it again. But he was sort of like, give it another chance, see what you think of it, and I thought, yeah. And yeah, I have to say, I saw it in a bit of a different light and really enjoyed it. And I'll just sort of go into, I think, the reasons as to what made it more of a enjoyable experience for me. And I totally get, if you still hate this film, I get it, because I was there as well. But first of all, watching it with Steve and Tony was a really great way to watch the movies. And if you have some like-minded friends and friends that are horror fans and like the Halloween movies, definitely get them round and kind of watch these movies all together. Certainly the original, the new three modern Blumhouse movies, we threw in the original as well, which was great. But it was just really great to watch it with them and to hear their opinions and get their input on the films. It did make me look at the trilogy as a whole in a bit of a different light and consider things that I'd not considered myself, which was beneficial and added to the enjoyment of the film. A few people, including Steve, had said to me, watch the three new films back to back. It does work better as a whole continuous viewing experience, and I've got to say that is definitely true. I don't sort of know why it works so well, but it definitely works better watching the three films back to back. And I'd originally sort of gone to the cinema to see them, and a lot of time had passed since I watched each movie, especially Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. So yeah, I went into Halloween Ends originally not with the freshest memory of what had gone off, and expected to see sort of Michael and Laurie Strode going at it right through the film, and of course was very disappointed. But watching them all together, it does flow a bit better, and the question as to why Michael isn't in it very much, it can be answered a bit more when you watch them back to back. I feel that Halloween Kills kind of really went down the Michael going on a killing spree, and it was the height of action for this trilogy. And when you then get to Halloween Ends, I do kind of get why he's sort of burned out a little bit and he's not in it as much, and sort of Corey Cunningham takes the helm, and because he's kind of down and out kind of thing, I can see why they explored a bit more of a different story. And I also got a bit of a supernatural element in this one, which I didn't pick up on the first time I watched it, and I did quite enjoy it for that. And I think it helped as well, kind of knowing what to expect, because like I say, I went into it thinking it's going to be a Halloween film with Michael and Laurie at the helm doing their thing. Because I'd already seen it, I kind of knew what to expect, so I was able to invest a bit more in Corey Cunningham and his story and the development of his character, because I knew it was coming. And I got to say, I did like it, even if it just as a standalone story. It's actually a really great movie, just watching him and what happens to him. Originally, I didn't think it sat very well within a Halloween franchise, but yeah, watching them back to back, it certainly becomes more cohesive and flows a lot better. So if you want to rewatch it, if you want to get more enjoyment out of it potentially, I would recommend watching it with some friends, watching it with some like-minded people, watching the 3 new movies back to back, because it does make a difference, and it helps knowing what to expect. As I say, don't expect a traditional Halloween film. Expect a more of a Corey Cunningham story and try and invest more in that. And actually, Michael Myers does play a really good part in it. I didn't realise the first time round. I think I was a bit blinded by my disappointment. But he is in it a fair amount, and he does some good stuff, and he slowly starts to build his strength back up throughout the film, and there's some decent kills in the film. So yeah, I enjoyed it a lot more. I think out of all of them now, Halloween Kills is certainly the weakest. It's really clumsily thrown together, and of course the Evil Dies Tonight mantra is just almost unbearable. But that's a different video. But it was nice to actually enjoy Halloween Kills, because I did want to enjoy it. I never had anything against the film. It just really disappointed me upon first viewing, as I know it did a lot of people. But it was nice to watch it and enjoy it, and I'm pretty sure I can watch it again and enjoy it. And who knows, it might sort of separate itself out there and become a bit of a Halloween 3 classic in years to come. But there is a good film in there somewhere. So I was, as I say, I was very scathing in my original review of Halloween Ends. So I just wanted to come on here and offer that I had rewatched it and got some enjoyment out of it. And maybe if you're still a bit bitter about this one, you might watch it again under the right conditions and get some enjoyment too. But I totally get if you hate this one and maybe you have tried it again and still don't like it. It is a very divisive film, but I just thought it was interesting how my view of the film had changed, and therefore my enjoyment. So again, thank you to Steve and Tony for a great evening. Really enjoyed watching these Halloween movies, and as I say, Halloween Ends was a bit of a revelation. So yeah, let me know if you've had a change of heart about this one, or if you're still not a fan of this one. I'd just be interested to know if it's grown on anyone else. So thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.